I think, just the demeanor that he has is kind of the demeanor that our entire team takes on. It's very free-flowing and, just joyful. I think, that's one thing Steve always talks about is us having that joy when we're playing. And Steph kind of brings that to the team, and everybody takes it on. Obviously, the impact that he has on the offensive end of the floor, it helps everybody. It's so chaotic. It causes so much chaos for an opposing defense that it just opens up so many seams and open shots and different things for everyone else. And the way he plays just kind of puts us at a certain tempo and pace that we like to play at, which is always good for us. I think when we got the game at our pace and the tempo that we can get pretty unbeatable when we're at that pace.
Trust me, I do know that. What would you say for someone who's playing in the first finals? What advice would you give them? You got Jordan, you got and Quinn, two guys in the first finals who actually are big pieces in what y'all do too.
Really just, I think my thing is trying to keep things as normal as possible. You come to practice and all of a sudden you're practicing at the arena. Media before practice or to start practice or at the end of your practice, like trying to keep your routine as normal as you possibly can, because it's a shocker when you've gone 82 games as a rookie a certain way. And then you've gone all through the playoffs with a certain routine, and then you get to the finals. And the schedule of all of it just throw everything you've ever done off. Family coming in town, everybody want to come in town for the games. My advice is always trying to keep everything as normal as possible, because that first finals appearance, it's a shocker with everything else that comes along with it. And so that's just kind of the advice that I always give. The basketball part is basketball at the end of the day. That'll take care of itself. But everything else is what'll get you, and then it'll impact what you do on the basketball floor.
Speaking of being a rookie, when you were a rookie, I got Joe Ingles, Rudy, Thabo, Ricky, all those guys to kind of help mentor me. Who helped mentor you when you were a rookie? And how important was that to your success, not just as a rookie, but up till now?
Well, I had multiple guys that, helped me out a lot. Jared Jack was my vet. He took care of me from the time I got to Golden State. It was his first year as well, but immediately took me under his wing and showed me how to do things. David Lee was very important, a guy who was in front of me. He and Carl Landry, two guys who were in front of me at my position, but they were very important. Richard Jefferson, a guy who was there, and they were all just teaching me, a bunch of things. And I'd say, the guy who maybe had the least amount of impact as showing me the way of life in the NBA, but showed me one of the most important things he could ever teach me was Andrew Bogut. He showed me how to guard the post. I'll never forget it. My first day out to Golden State, he was teaching me different things you could do that you couldn't do in college. And throughout the course of that year, just teaching me positioning and stuff, like I wouldn't be half the defender I am without Andrew Bogut. And he taught me so much about defense that, I owe all my success to him defensively.
Yeah, and I think, I was just talking to Kevin Love, and he was talking about guys that maybe, don't play as much, that still have an importance, to the team, when there were times where, Thabo on my team wasn't playing much, but I see him doing sprints, getting himself ready. You guys pretty much had that vet team, but when you were younger, was Bogut like kind of that guy that, was, maybe Bogut played a lot, so maybe I don't know who was on that team that maybe didn't play as much, but still served made a huge impact to not just you but the team as well. You have any guys like that right now?
Absolutely. I think people think of Richard Jefferson and they think of maybe not this year when he got traded to Denver, but the last couple years when he was on these NBA teams playing in the NBA Finals. And it was kind of a shocker to me seeing him the way he was playing. After my rookie year, it's like, oh man, RJ's done. He had gained weight and he was done. But then all of a sudden, you saw him coming in every day doing his sprints, and he didn't play a ton, but he stayed doing his sprints, stayed getting his lifts in, and doing different things like that. But his voice was important. He had, I think, up until that point, already played in 2 NBA Finals with New Jersey, and his voice was important because he was the guy who we all saw yeah, RJ done been there, and although he wasn't playing a ton, his voice when he spoke, it carried weight.
So we're going to get off basketball real quick. We're going to, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food, man. So, if you ever want to go, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. We got this taco. We call it taco bread. Some people call it tortillas. It's taco bread. We got this taco bread store called Vargas, and they make the best corn tortillas and flour, all that. It's incredible. And then the way, you know, my people cook them, you gotta have Saginaw. You ain't had tacos till you had tacos from Saginaw, so that's my favorite food.
Out there too.
Coos from Flint, 20 minutes away.
Right down the road.
Yeah.
All right, what about your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time? Oh, man, I got to go Remember the Titans. It was impactful, you know, obviously with the storyline, with combining blacks and whites. But it was just a great movie to me. Like, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Got about TV show, Netflix, you watch Netflix?
You know what, man? I don't remember my Netflix password. But I watch like a lot of stuff that come from Netflix, but I don't get to see it on Netflix, and I don't know why I don't ever figure my password out. But my favorite TV show is definitely Power. You know, I love Power.
No, Empire.
I watched Empire for like the first couple seasons, then I just stopped.
Yeah.
And now I heard it got back good, so I may go back and catch up on it.
You're a pretty fashionable guy, you know. I've seen your style, seen what you be wearing, but you know, where do you get your inspiration from? But I gotta tell you, the suit shorts, I'm not a.
You can't rock with this.
I ain't rocking with it.
We'll get you. We'll get you one day. No, but for me, I think fashion. You know, I used to always say like, man, I love fashion. But one thing I realized, and a good friend of mine told me is, she's like, you don't love fashion. I was like, no, yes, I do love fashion. And she showed me a mistake that I was making that I said I'd never make again. I'm not into fashion. I'm into style. You know, I think so many people think, you know, like, oh, man, I'm into fashion. Like, no, Russell Westbrook's into fashion. Like, he will go to a manufacturer and pick out his fabrics and put stuff together. He loves fashion. He will read books. Like, you can just tell by things he do. He's into that.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. Like, I don't care what fabric this shirt is made of or what, you know, the shoes are made. I don't care about that. I care about how I look. And so I'm into style, and I think style is it's just a way of expressing yourself without saying a word. You know, I can look at somebody, like I love shoes. I can look at somebody's shoes, a woman, for sure, and tell everything I need to know about a woman. I can look at a guy's shoes and tell exactly what type of dude he is. Like, it's a big thing with me. And so I love style, and it's just a way of saying who you are without saying a word.
All right. So, let me change the question then. Favorite accessory, like favorite style of accessory that you got?
My favorite accessory is my watches. I know that people may not say that's an accessory, but to me that is. I think, you know, you could tell a lot about somebody by what type of watch they wear. And I love, my favorite one, I got a skeleton AP rose gold. That's my favorite one. But yeah, I really love watches. And I think you get the right outfit on and you ain't got the right watch to go with it, it messes it up. You got the right watch to go with the outfit and then take it over the top.
I made the mistake of wearing the gold chain with a silver watch. It ain't really work out.
Man, you're still young. You'll get it all together.
All right, last two questions for you. What legend would you want to have on your team in the NBA Finals?
Oh, man, legend I would want to have on my team in the NBA Finals. I got to roll with Mike. You know, the things that he was able to accomplish in the NBA Finals it's like second to none. So I got to roll with Jordan.
All right, Jim, I appreciate it. Here at Game Finals, good luck.
Thank you.
NBA Finals, good luck in Game 3.
Thank you, appreciate it.